Clients really describe our work as very comfortable, very approachable, yet there's some elegance and sophistication to it that they appreciate. Our underlying ethos is always about comfort, and we think every home should be something you want to enjoy living in, not just looking at.
We've done beautiful modern Spanish homes, and we've done more traditional or more contemporary leaning, but there's always a timelessness and a comfort. I've known Denise and the family for a little over 13 years. This woman in a family of all boys. I start dating one of them and was looking to do something more creative.
It was a little leap of faith for both of us.
It was.
I mean, this is a little company
Yeah.
that had a lot of business, and I think it's been really a lot of fun. Yeah. I'm Denise Morrison.
I'm Rachel Morrison,
We're with Morrison Interiors.
and we're based in Orange County, California.
We're in Hayden Lake, Idaho, and it is just the most quaint, beautiful location. We were able to purchase a lot that was right on the water, and the community is so small town, yet you have everything you need. It's very charming. The goal of this particular home, because it is my home, was to create what we're calling like a legacy home for our family. We have 4 sons, we have 3 daughter-in-laws, a son that's engaged, and 5 grandchildren right now. When the opportunity came to purchase these lots, build something new and special, we were just really excited. I really love Brandon Architects, and in particular Chris Brandon, and I gave their team 5 pictures of sort of inspo that I was drawn to, and I asked them to think about it as almost like separate buildings. Architecturally, I really let them run with it, and I was thrilled with the results. Welcome to Idaho.
Come on in and take a look.
When you walk into the entry, you just get this expansive view of the lake. We think it's super dramatic, and we love how the architect did the double volume windows.
You'll see the siding from the exterior that pulls in into this entryway, giving this connectivity between interior and exterior.
We're now entering into the great room. This space we wanted to really function well for a crowd, but also have a lot of open airy moments where kids could play on the floor, or you just didn't feel crowded. The bench on the fireplace is a really nice extra seating moment that we were really excited to have, and then some really key furniture pieces as well.
A really organic coffee table. It's basically all these sliced different pieces of wood that has been layered upon each other, and it feels really fitting for the place that we are in. And then the fabrics, I think everything in here just like beckons to be sat in. It's a really special place in the home.
We're now in the kitchen in front of this beautiful island. It was actually something I really enjoyed designing. I wanted the exterior sort of tabletop to feel a little floaty around this very anchored and large base. And then we picked slabs that are just so beautiful, have this crystallization and quartz going on in them with some patterning. The slab that we chose for both the range hood and also for the sink counter is a really beautiful quartzite that we had heavily leathered. And that's where you get this beautiful kind of textured effect that we think adds something to the beauty of the slab. And then wanting to complement this very soft, organic, almost like a painting feel with this more structured patterning of the tile from Ansak's Made collection. And I think just letting a little peek of the rust terracotta come through was exactly what we needed to tie it to the slab. So one of my favorite parts about the kitchen is actually the back kitchen, or sometimes we reference them as dirty kitchens in our projects. We have a great sink, We have an extra oven, microwave, dishwasher, all the things. And then it was really fun to just kind of style it with some of our extra plates and things we wanted to have handy, but out of the way. We were able to really lean into this beautiful dark color for the pantry. So inside we have all these great shelves for storage. And then we love the Savoy collection by Ann Sachs. We use it in almost every project. It's just a great look, great texture, and lots of color options. Our sister company, House of Morrison, makes most beautiful furniture to the trade. So we were able to design some pieces real specific to this home, including this beautiful Thea dining table. We love the irregular shape. We think it makes it multifunctional, and it also seats so many people, which is fantastic. And then we designed these dining chairs that have this kind of coiled effect. They don't feel like something that's gonna be precious or fall over or not stand the test of time. This particular space was really meant to be what we call the upstairs bar. I think it's really nice, especially off of the dining table. It can function in a couple different ways. Make a drink, we have beautiful cabinetry disguising some refrigeration, and the proximity to the dining table makes it special because we have this great surface. If we're doing a buffet or serving, this is a great place to, you know, put your food and lay it out in a nice way.
Powder rooms are always a place where we like to have a little fun, maybe take more of a design risk per se. And I think this powder room is one where we really played up that contrast in the home. So we've got this, you know, stronger black backsplash on the vanity, and then it's complemented by this very textural, almost ethereal, more ivory wallpaper. We loved using this Ann Sachs tile for the backsplash in here. It has this imprinted wood kind of texture to it, and it's done in a more modern way, so it fits the surroundings of this area that we're in so beautifully and adds that unexpected kind of moodier moment we love in a powder. So we're walking into the downstairs lounge room, game room, bar. It's a lot of things. And this space, we designed the layout of the furniture with a lot of the lounging, gathering, more casual hanging out, because this space connects to the lower level exterior, which leads down to the lake. We have the St. Louis linen limestone from Ann Sachs that is on this whole lower level. The durability aspect of that is essential for us. The lower level bar is offering a lot of different functionalities, so I think it's this space for people to grab beverages or snacks before heading to the lake. We liked the idea of introducing something with interest on this backside. We used the Ann Sachs Renata tile with the fluted detailing, and we love the contrast that it adds. Laundry rooms are always a place where we feel like we should have something that makes you feel happy. I think a little color can be fun. So we don't have a ton of painted cabinetry in this house, but in the laundry room in particular, we have this really subtle kind of buttery yellow color on the cabinets, which we love. And we paired that with the Ann Sachs made brick in this really kind of deep indigo color.
And I think this has a lot of functionality to it. It comes in off the garage. You've got a bench, you need to take your shoes off. You need to hang up a coat or your cowboy hat.
Yes.
And if you need to get upstairs quickly, maybe have groceries, we have an elevator here, which is really nicely disguised, but is a great opportunity if you've got a whole bunch of bags to get upstairs. This bunk room was especially fun to design. We loved this horseshoe wallpaper. Some girl grandchildren, some boy grandchildren, so we needed something that would kind of suit everybody. But they love this bunk room. They just think it's their little play space. We designed it with lots of great storage too. So lots of place for toys. They have shelves they keep their books on.
Something fun to incorporate when you're designing a bunk room is a little reading light for each of the sleeping areas. And we also like to incorporate like little shelves for each area too. So perhaps they're all going to bed, but one of them wants to read a little bit later, or, you know, keep their books or special little objects next to them. They they have a little space to do that.
Our grandchildren, your children, they really wanted to accessorize their own shelves.
Yes.
So you will see they're very personalized with their choice of books and toys and cowboy hat and all the things.
They want to climb on the ladders, they want to climb up into their own little areas and kind of put their things away, and it's so sweet and special.
So designing this was especially fun because we got to think about, what do little kids need? Well, often they need a little step up for their washing their hands. So into the cabinetry, you'll notice you have a little step for them to be able to reach the handles, wash their hands.
I think also like the color palette in this bathroom, it lends itself to a little bit more of like a playfulness and feels really connected to the bunk room. It was like sized for them. And we used a maid collection from Ann Sachs on the vanity wall, and we also used that in the shower. This is the junior primary of the house, and this is really what I would consider the premier guest room, opposite from the side that the primary is on. So you really have a lot of peacefulness and privacy on this side that I think is lovely. One of my favorite moments is the kind of punch of crimson and leather that you see.
This bed with these gorgeous wood details, it's also present on the back of the bed because when the shades are up, you can actually see that. And we wanted something to be really pretty from both inside and out. And then we love this beautiful rug, again, kind of taking those earthy tones that allowed us to punch with some crimson on the leather or a little green moment on the bedding. It made a big difference to have it kind of quiet on the ground.
This is the junior primary bath. It does have a freestanding tub as well as a shower, which just really completes that full suite experience, I think. The tub filler is a little bit different than what you see all the time. So this is like a playful way and a different, more interesting way to do it, where we have the tub filler, but the levers, the way to turn on the water, control the hot and cold, are over here. I love the strong contrast that we did with the maid collection from Ann Sachs that carries in the shower and then behind the vanity. And that contrasts really beautifully with the lovely marble slab that we have. It has those moments of terracotta that we've seen repeated in the home. We complemented that with the one collection from Callista in the black finish, and it just has a really clean form that fits perfectly in this more modern bathroom.
We're in the primary suite now, and this was a fun place to design. To include a fireplace in your bedroom, I think is a really luxury moment. It feels really nice. And then we use this Ann Sachs, it's actually a concrete tile, and it has just this great texture and just this quietness to it that I think really balanced with the rest of the home.
Yeah, it feels really serene, like how you always want your primary bedroom to feel. I think at the end of the day, it's where you rest and retire.
When you wake up in the morning and you see this view, it is like an ever-changing painting. It is so spectacular. So the primary bathroom is just so beautiful. And I think there's a lot of little luxury moments in here that I think really added to the experience. We have heated floors below this beautiful Ann Sachs Noir Sully limestone, which the character of it is so interesting. And then you juxtapose that with this beautiful tub.
Yes, that tub's incredible.
The carving of the tub itself is like, you know, pretty much sculptural. And then of course you get to enjoy that beautiful view.
Yeah, I think the placement of that tub, I mean, it's like a jewel box, right? And that's kind of the piece of art that's just perfectly positioned in it.
And then for this case, we did have a floor mount Callista tub faucet. So then a bench or a little stool works beautifully for when you're bathing and want just a few things close by. Getting to the end was super rewarding. I've been married for almost 40 years, and my husband has had this dream. I can remember him talking about it when we first were married. And so there's a little bit of fulfillment of something really special for him as well. An amazing partner, an amazing husband, really has supported me so much and our family that to be able to almost, it's a little bit of a gift to him as well.
to build this home from the ground up, to be able to have all the bells and whistles and enjoy all those wonderful things that we specify for a lot of our clients, but now it's for our family, is so cool to see. And it has been like a huge labor of love, years in the making, and now we get to enjoy it.